Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Claire Nicholson. My maiden name is Ince. I was born Claire Ince.
When were you born?
On the 23rd of July. I was born on the 23rd of July, 1927.
And where were you born?
I was born in Libri, in the south of Trinidad.
I was born on Lower Street, number 1 Lower Street. That is the corner of Lower Street and Ryson Road. Mm-hmm. At that time, across from Ryson Road was what we call the harbour scheme. It was undeveloped. I mean, we used to go and catch crabs and that sort of thing there. It was soft soil and that sort of thing there, because it was eventually it became reclaimed land. And when the Americans came here to set up their bases in 1971, that was part of that whole Woodbrook area there on the southern side of Ryson Road was drained, and they put barracks for American troops there.
So what is your name?
My name is Howard Newton Nicholson.
And how old are you? When were you born?
I was born in 1932, so in 2 months' time I'll be 85.
Now tell me, where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I was born in Charlottesville in Tobago, on Man of War Bay, one of the most beautifully landlocked harbors in the world, fishing district, and grew up there until I was 23 years old.
Yes, so tell me again, what is your full name?
Vivienne Reece.
And how old are you?
I tell you that now, I'm 65 old.
Okay, what year were you born?
1929.
Very good. And where did you grow up?
In St. James.
Oh. So what is your name?
Troy Ethelbert Thomas.
And how old are you? What year, when were you born?
Today I am 95. Okay. 22nd of April, 1922. That was my date of birth. So 22nd of April, 2017, I'm 95.
When you're born?
Huh?
When were you born?
When were you born? How old are you?
Old age. I know the age to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And then June to do it. So the age is going up. For me, I don't know it. But you can't take it here. You're going to have 100 years. I said, he said, yes, look, so 19, I'm 8. I look at, oh, 100 years.
Tell me a little about your family.
Well, I am number 7 of 8 children. My parents, Monty and Etta Ince, had 8 of us, 4 boys, 4 girls. And yes, we were a happy family.
Please tell me about your school days in Labray.
Oh, well, in Labray where we lived, my father worked to the Trinidad Lake Asphalt Company at Brighton, and we had the company's houses, and we lived there, and there were many children. The families there had so many children, and we didn't have much financially, but we enjoyed our childhood.
Tell me about your family, like your brothers, sisters. How many were you?
Well, actually, my father was married twice, and he had 7 children from his first wife and 7 children from his second wife. um, the time lapse between the death of his first wife and his marriage to his second wife. I mean, she was very much younger than he was. That's my mother. And there were 7 of us, but actually 5 survived. I remember there were 5 of us as a child growing up. And well, there are just 2 of us left now. That is my brother and myself. Well, my eldest sister, she became a musician and that sort. Well, I'm a music teacher, you know, and she was a teacher and then specialized in music. And a composer, she did one of the national songs is composed by her, God Bless Our Nation, was her composition. Actually, she did it as her composition for when they had a competition for choosing for a national anthem at the independence of Trinidad and Tobago, and she submitted that. And while it was not selected for the national anthem, they were sufficiently impressed that it was declared the national song. So that is part and parcel of that.
So tell me a bit about your parents.
Oh, my parents, my dad is the last of 5 children. His parents thought they weren't going to have any son. All the others were girls. So when he was born, they were overjoyed and he was a spoiled child. My mother was, he was from Charlottesville. My mother was from Palatuvere, smaller, remote district in Tobago also.
So tell me about your brothers and sisters and school days where you went to school.
Well, I am the eldest boy in a family of 12, but second child. And because of the size of the family, too much of my time was spent helping mom with children and hushing babies and this type of thing. I regret it even up to this day.
So you had a lot of brothers and sisters?
No, I had 1 brother and 3 sisters.
And what did your family do, what your parents did when you were growing up?
Take me to school and they with me. I go to school.
Oh, you went to school and
Yeah.
where did your father work?
My father was a tailor.
Oh, interesting. And your mother, she stayed at home to take care of the children?
Always.
So please tell me about your childhood. Who were your parents and what did they do?
My father was Simeon Thomas. My mother, before she married him, she was Teresa Farris, F-A-R-R-I-S. Farris. She belonged to a village in Kumana, and he belonged at the time to Granville. So it's a complicated. I'm there caught in my walking from Granville to Kumana. Sometime at night, give us the story. In those days, there was no electricity. Also, I needed use of smoke. So I used to be walking in the dark sometimes, and the road came. Make a turn here, but there's no light, so he gone up on the bank, come back down, and feel his way through, take until he got to where he was courting. And they got married, and they lived in Granville. She moved down to his home, mother's home. So I spent my first years in Granville. I remember they were about one. And sometimes I get to skylark a lot and say, I can't always beat them on me. I worried myself a lesson. And one day it turned out that one came first, one came second, I came third. Personally, I didn't see anything wrong with that because I could beat them and I want to beat them. But after the results were read out, my father left the class he was teaching and came, put me on the I put on the desk, throw me on the lap, and start to beat me. Next, I wonder what he beat me for. When he finished, he shot me down and said, never let a girl beat you in death again. And from that day, a girl never beat me in death again.
And where you grew up here?
Huh?
You grew up in Rio Clara? Where you grew up?
Born in Princeton. Do everything from the Union, come from Asian. But it's only now I secret down here say, I say you mean to say all here. And some of the building night, some of them they build up in Princeton. I see one or two friends.
Please tell me about your career path and why you chose it.
Well, I went to Brighton EC School in Labrie, and I did the college exhibition exam, and I only passed. And I stayed on, and we had the school leaving certificate exam that was 12 plus, and I sat it and I won a teaching bursary, so that I was able to attend Bishop Anstey High School in Port of Spain. And from there, I was placed in, I applied and got into the teaching profession. I taught at Princestown Methodist School. I taught there for about 9 months, and after my father passed away, we came up north, so that I was transferred to Moulton Hall Methodist School in Port of Spain. And after teaching there for almost 2 years, I attended the training college, Government Teachers Training College. And well, there I went on my teaching career, which I continued until I retired.
Well, I left school, that is QRC, and I went into the civil services, we called it then, we call it the public service now, same thing. And as a clerical officer in a clerical establishment. And there I worked in two principal departments, the licensing office, which is connected to the transport department, and then I went to work in the central statistical office. That was a very interesting office. It was a new office that was set up, and they had a lot of very serious people working there. It was from the central statistical office that I left Trinidad to go to Canada to study. So eventually, when I graduated from the University of Toronto, I went to work as an economist in the Ontario Department of Labour for a period of time. And then I was invited to join, during that period of time, Trinidad and Tobago became independent. And I was invited to join the Foreign Service of Trinidad and Tobago. So I did.
Yes.
Yeah, and well, while I was in the Foreign Service, I was invited to come into enter politics following the upheaval in the 1970s. So I did join the government and was appointed Minister of Industry and Commerce and Petroleum and Mines, two ministries. That was, I succeeded the former incumbent who held the two portfolios. And I served for the next 17 years in politics in a number of ministries until the 1986 election, when for the first time in its history, the People's National Movement, of which I was a part and member, went down to electoral defeat.
And then I became a pupil teacher. That is, we call it the monitorial system. The principal would have seen something in you, and as you did your work well, they train you to be a teacher. If you didn't accept an opportunity like this, it's either you join the police services or you go into fishing or agriculture. So I held on to what I had, and I took it to a pretty high level.
And when you were young, what job did you have?
I had several jobs.
Tell me what you used to do.
I used to go and write. I used to have a class.
Did you sing too? You had a job as a
Of
singer?
course, I sing.
Tell me where.
Huh?
Tell me about the singing.
I used to sing for money because I used to live in the
And where did you sing?
my Panadol. Many places, and they used to give me money, plenty money.
Oh, that sounds nice. You want to sing a song for me?
Not yet, tomorrow.
I'm coming back tomorrow and I want to, I will sing a
Okay.
nice one with you. You hear?
I used to sing a lot. Then
So what was your favorite song?
I can't remember.
Okay.
And I was really, in all respects, a good teacher particularly because to me, when I was at Granby EC School, a whole school with 61 children, there were 3 teachers in the school, 1 woman in charge of the infants and standard 1. And the young man, charge of standard 2. And to me, I in charge of standard 4, 5, and post-primary. And one year, I sent up 6 children for common entrance, and 3 of them were among the top 10 in the country.
What you used to do? Do you know a teacher or what? What you used to do when you were growing up?
Huh?
You were a teacher? What you used to do when you were growing up?
Oh, I work in the store.
Oh, you work in the store?
Richardson and Selby. Richardson and Selby. Between Bonanza Street and High Street. Princeton. What's that? At A. Like I dreamed that I was going to work and, you know, dressing up.
You used to dress up?
And you buying, I remember buying the red hat. You get an outdoor a week, and the hat is a thing. Then I call them to. Used to call them to. $1 I get in a week, you know. And old lady was living King Street.
Hello.
Nice.
Give the juice.
Yeah.
The juice.
I don't ever. Oh, that too much.
Now drink what you want now, leave the rest.
No. Drink.
No, you drink it first and then leave back some.
No.
Too much?
Yes, half of that.
Well, Trinidad today, I feel, you know, a bit sad at the state of affairs in Trinidad today. Because when I look especially at our young people, how this respect is no longer there. Respect for older ones, you know, and the people as though they don't look out for each other as used to be, you know, long ago, you know, and I think that a lot of people my time would talk about They're good old days. Yes, they're good old days. And I think, as I said before, I think it's sad when we think of just the money.
Essentially, yeah.
So tell me what it was like growing older in Trinidad.
Well, development has its pluses and its minuses. There, you get, I suppose, a lot of the problems you hear about and experience in other countries, you will notice here. It's sort of the breakdown of tradition, the lack of respect for authority, how to put it? I mean, I suppose an older person would say the value system has deteriorated from what he or she would have known growing up. But I mean, this is evolution, and I don't suppose we can quarrel with that. That is the reality. The country today, and having sort of gone through development at a very rapid pace, and with institutions not necessarily strong enough to control excesses, has that the kind of problem that the absence of strong institutions will create in a society.
Today is far from what it was years gone by. In the first case, they did find some money, and it appears as though it was not evenly distributed. Nextly, there is a murder rate here that very many people seem not to be happy about and can't understand. Thirdly, we have quite a few brains, but they have left the country. In most cases, they have left the country. And Trinidad, teaching even then, as a teacher, when you speak to a child once, you know where you're going. Now if you speak a little too loudly, that is considered abuse, and maybe his friend might be outside with a gun waiting on you. So it's there's a lot of development. Oh yes, the building and streets, you think you're in a part of New York, but that is only one part of it. And nearly anything you have in New York, you'll find lots of Trinidad homes have them.
So how you feel about getting old in Trinidad?
I don't like getting old. I used to sing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. He stopped me from singing.
So what happened when you got old?
I'm old now. Mm-hmm. Just sit down and let everybody. No, I used to sing. When I used to sing, up to when I'm 30 something, I used to sing. I used to sing Whitehall.
Even the behavior of children in school, you didn't used to talk about that sort of crime and misbehavior. And the teachers could have beat children and they do something wrong. No, they stop teachers from listening to the children doing what they want.
What do you think will happen?
Things, discipline, and they learn it from in school it started. To roll down, discipline is down, so there's no discipline. Even the big people now doing all kind of foolishness. They're not even afraid of the police now. They're killing police and all now. Yeah.
And what is it like growing older in Trinidad? How do you feel? Personally, like for the elderly in Trinidad. Any impressions about that?
I'm judging for myself. I am fortunate that my 3 children are still alive and they're in fairly good jobs. So they are able to live, to shield me from the impact of the society. All right? So I don't feel what's going on outside there. The killing and the shooting and everything will hurt me.
So you're the oldest person in Trinidad? She's the oldest one in Trinidad?
They say so, I don't know how true now. But
Yes.
yeah, they say she not the oldest in Trinidad. Although there's some people old and they show the age, you know.
Oh, yeah,
They had a
She
picture in the
walked by there.
newspapers.
one for the street and one for somewhere else.
So how many children you had?
One son,
One son?
but he died.
Oh.
He died at like 16 years old.
That's June's father.
I think he died well. I can go back on board all his things here. He had clothes and ice cream. I like to say milk. In the night here, I drink a little milk. And something again, I like to sit. But I work hard, you know, and eat food. And I said, I don't used to be with from the family to be with my husband. Picking up cocoa. Wood. No, when I was born, after she planted, with me, sing all the thing, good clothes, give me all clothes, but she goes now.
What you like to drink?
Me, I like wine, and I like the milk thing. Every night, I just joke on with Victor, come
Cocoa. Show me how the hand is going. Show me. Dance the cocoa, baby. Dance the cocoa, let me see. Well, show me with your hand. Show me with your hand. Yes. All right.
Yeah.